The virus epidemic that spreads in the Middle East is suddenly uniting the countries that used to hate each other. Suddenly we find ourselves helping the Palestinian Authority and them gladly accepting our help. Suddenly Iran is announcing that they will be using Israeli medicine, which was never the case in the past. They've ceased their activities in Syria and Lebanon. Suddenly everything comes to a halt. This constantly burning region called the Middle East, whose predicament could not be solved by anyone, although many have tried, is suddenly being temporarily settled by this virus epidemic. Some say that we can solve the Middle East problem this way.
Of course.
Really?
Yes, it is possible. Add a little more suffering and everyone will want to break out of it. Even if we need to stop feuding and blaming each other. Of course, man is very weak. And one can boast because he believes in the world to come, that if he kills himself, he'll immediately be greeted beyond the threshold of death with all the rewards. The truth is, if you show it to him a bit more clearly, he'll understand that it's all made up for him to be able to die in peace. I think the virus is playing a major positive role in this.
So how can we ensure peace now? For instance, it is peaceful at the moment, no terrorists, not even threats.
They'll need to get used to it. We need the virus not to leave in this case, for it to continue its job of educating us.
Right now, is this the educational work happening? Is it?
Yes, of course.
Will a person get an inner impression that this is a good way to live, or will we go back to...
Here, I'll tell you, habit becomes second nature, and this will be very helpful. That's first of all. Secondly, people will understand that they have to provide themselves with the necessities rather than simply waging war. Furthermore, major superpowers will stop supporting local terrorists. What would be the point? They'll have enough problems of their own. Do you understand? A major trial is coming to all these countries. America, Russia, Europe, China. It is all approaching like a wave, a tsunami over all these countries. Politicians and regimes will change. People will be different, more grown up. They will not be thinking of acquiring a couple of billion into their Swiss bank accounts to show off their yachts and other material possessions before each other. You'll see what will happen after the virus. A lot of useless jobs and occupations will disappear, as well as various factories and manufacturing plants, international cargo carriers. Do you realize all of this will fall off the curb? Values will change. 80% of everything produced in China has no value to people.
But what about the billions that went into the arms race, into stockpiling nuclear and hydrogen arms, where America's in the lead, followed by Russia? Is this all going to stop? Will this understanding come, that all this...
This understanding will come.
This is important.
What can I get for all these warheads? By presenting a threat, I'm protecting my territory and its borders. What is their purpose? It's unclear. There will be no demand for all this extra stuff. The normal environment will be the only thing to remain, as if dictating, eat, clothe yourself, work as you need to have all this. That is all. The rest of your time should be spent on understanding the environment around you, so there'll be no difference between life and death.
Meaning, do not conquer anyone. There's no need to conquer anybody. There's no need to hate anyone. Is this what you mean?
You will see the world to come in your lifetime. That's all. You can't buy that with money or anything else. It'll have to be carefully burned not to pollute the ocean when you dump them. That's it.
And what about the hatred? The hatred that was here, that was flaming around us?
There'll be no more hatred, because by correcting the hatred between us, each person obtains the most important thing, the upper world,
This is not very clear.
something that is worth obtaining, that which is not fleeting, something special, eternal, perfect, rather than something that needs to be renewed every day, earned, shown off, which causes suffering from seeing the grass greener on the other side.
You truly believe that this era is nearing, yeah?
A person is an egoist. I only speak from the basis of egoism. If one realizes that another person can feel the upper world, when one acquires such things that do not leave when they die, but stay with us throughout this life, death, and after death, this will change everything.
So how can we, in principle, come back to such a healthy...
Healthy attitude towards the world.
Yes.
Toward the whole world means toward the upper, toward the world to come. It doesn't matter what. Toward the whole world means toward our general state, definitely.
Such tranquility can reign on Earth.
Yes.
And you predict this era to be nearing.
This is my hope for the virus.
Hope for the virus.